Alright team, listen up. We have a patient presenting with epiplic appendicitis, duodenal lymphocytosis, and tonsillitis. What do you think is the diagnosis?
I believe it could be a case of appendicitis due to the abdominal pain.
It might be Crohn's disease, considering the combination of symptoms.
Could be a rare case of Poots, Jecker's syndrome with these findings.
That's a surprising diagnosis, Randall. I've got to agree with you.
No. It's Leary. Wheel dyschondrosteosis. Trust me on this one.
Alright, Randall and I will perform the cystectomy, but isn't it too risky?
I know what's best for the patient. Just do it.
What about us, Hawks? What should we do?
Don't act like you don't already know. You and Frank need to break into the patient's residence. Look for any clues that might help us understand their illness. Go. Now. Tracy, you wanted to see me?
Yes, Hawks. I heard about your plan to perform a cystectomy on your patient with suspected Leary. Wheel dyschondrosteosis.
That's correct. I believe it's the best course of action.
Hawks, you have to understand, I just want to make sure we're not rushing into anything. You've been wrong before.
Are you questioning my years of experience, Tracy? I know what I'm doing.
I'm not questioning your experience, Hawks. I'm questioning why you think a cyst is related to the Leary. Wheel dyschondrosteosis.
I'm questioning it too, hence why we're cutting in. Got a surgery to perform, no time to chat, bye.
Gary, we have a problem. The patient is in critical condition after the cystectomy.
Aw shit, I had a feeling that might happen.
Dr. Hawks was so insistent that it was the right treatment for Leary, wheel dyschondrosteosis.
It's clear to me that Frank was right.
About what?
He was right about you being right about Poots, Jigger syndrome being the correct diagnosis.
Speaking of them, do you think Leslie and Frank found anything at the patient's home that could help us with the diagnosis?
No, because I have no clue how anything they find at the home will be related to either yours or Hawk's diagnosis. It's a waste of time.
Well, Frank, we spent 30 minutes in here. There's nothing.
There's some furniture here, a couch, TV,
I'm not talking about what's physically here, but there's nothing for Leary. Wheel dyschondrosteosis because it's a genetic disorder.
Hawks isn't going to be happy if we return with nothing.
I don't really care if he's not happy. I'm more concerned that we don't know how to treat the patient, or if Hawks even got the diagnosis right based on what Randall said.
Since he's the one signing my paychecks, I want to make sure he knows we tried. I'll grab the PlayStation and tell Hawks that the patient used it too much, which caused their deformity.
That's stupid. Put that goddamn thing back. Hawks isn't gonna buy it.
Why not? He's a doctor. He's loaded with money.
You all are a disgrace to this hospital. How could you misdiagnose Leary? Wheel dyschondrosteosis and then proceed with a cystectomy. You nearly killed that poor patient.
But Dr. Hawks, what we found at the patient's home wasn't relevant to Leary. Wheel dyschondrosteosis.
Yes, we did our best with the information we had at the time.
What do you think the correct diagnosis is then, Dr. Hawks?
I don't need to explain myself to any of you incompetent fools. You should have confirmed the diagnosis before taking any drastic actions. I can't believe I have to work with such a bunch of imbeciles.
We will make it right, Dr. Hawks. Just tell us what you think the correct diagnosis is. It could be Poots, Jecker's syndrome.
I doubt that. Also, Frank, what did I say about coming back to the hospital without anything?
I almost brought you the PlayStation as proof that the patient gained deformities from playing it too much. But Leslie didn't think you'd buy that.
I said I didn't think Hawks would accept your idea because you're adding theft on top of breaking and entering.
Both of you are morons. Frank couldn't find evidence if it grew out of his ass, and Leslie is suddenly my mouthpiece.
Phrasing.
Shut the hell up. I'm getting lunch. So, Johnson, how are things going in the oncology department?
Pretty good, actually. Most of my patients are responding well to treatment, but there's one case that's really challenging. The patient's not responding as expected.
I've got a similar case.
You have a patient with Poots, Jecker's syndrome too?
Are you kidding me? That's the 5th time I've heard that brought up today. There's no way my patient has that.
Anything is possible in this reality.
That's a strange comment. But yeah, maybe you're on something. It's Poots. Jagger's syndrome, you idiots. Can't believe nobody got it right this morning.
Hawks, you can't just barge in here without proper gear. You're putting yourself at risk.
This is completely unprofessional, Hawks. You need to follow protocol.
What's going on, Hawks? Why are you so reckless today?
Listen up, everyone. Blah. See.
We're dealing with this.
What's the prognosis for Poots, Jagger's syndrome, then Hawks?
Prognosis isn't great. Management focuses on regularly screening for cancer, with mortality chances increasing with age.
But how can you be so sure, Hawks? We need more evidence to support this diagnosis.
It takes a lot to admit that you all don't get it right, but this time I know I have it right.
If you guys want evidence, the symptoms were there from the very start. God damn you, Hawks, I had it right, and you just steamrolled me so you could stroke your ego.
Stroke this. I'm out. I can't believe I got it wrong, Tracy. It was epidermolysis bullosa simplex all along.
That's okay, Hawks. You corrected the mistake and found the right diagnosis.
If only my team was more competent, this wouldn't have happened.
Hold on, you were the one who initially diagnosed it incorrectly.
Well, they should have caught my error before it escalated.
It sounds like they did. Before you got here, I got a call from the operating room from Randall stating that it was Poots, Jagger's syndrome.
He's being paid by big putes. Jaggers, we should fire him for conflict of interest.
That doesn't make any sense.
Neither does his employment status. Gotta go.